It's been a couple of weeks since we last checked in on FouseyTube, and no surprise, he's still on a downward spiral. Last time, he was doing what he does best, crashing out on camera, self-destructing live, and refusing to take responsibility for anything. But this time, there was a twist. He declared the death of Fousey and the rebirth of his rap career under his new alias, Out YSE. He vowed he'd be the biggest rapper in the world, claiming that by this time next year, he'd be selling out stadiums and collaborating with his idols.
I told people I'm gonna have a song with Drake next year.
But now, the album has dropped, the music videos are out, and reality is starting to hit. The smoke is clearing, and Fousey is being forced to reckon with the destruction he's caused in his own life. It's a pattern. Once his ego reaches a certain level, it completely takes over, leading to disastrous choices. And with that inflated ego comes another side effect, thinking he's far more important than he actually is. Case in point, Fousey pulling up to Cool Kicks, the popular sneaker store and YouTube channel, acting like he owned the place. Fousey wasn't too happy when Cool Kicks owner Rami hit him with the classic Irish goodbye.
There's no shot. He like dead ass just left?
Yeah, he'd be out. Nah, he probably didn't leave yet. I don't think he did.
Thank you. But there's no shot he just did.
Rami!
He left. I just told you he left.
Rami gone?
Who does that without saying bye?
It's pretty clear Fousey walked into that store chasing clout, probably thinking, if I drop some cash on shoes and sunglasses, maybe they'll feature me in a YouTube episode. But instead of getting the attention he craved, Rami just wrapped up the sale and dipped.
That's not G7?
Here.
No.
That's not G7.
Well, he said he was G20 earlier, actually.
He's not.
He's not G20?
He just got demoted.
What would he be now?
G2.
That's
Leaving Fousey looking ridiculous. And of course, Fousey's fragile ego couldn't handle even that small rejection.
G2.
He didn't say bye.
No. He just be on a time crunch and shit.
But was he on a bad date?
No.
You get what I mean? If he's on a bad date and he went ghost, I get it.
Yeah.
Rather than brushing it off, he started making excuses for why Rami didn't say goodbye, as if his self-worth depended on it. On top of that, Fousey still seems to be battling his old habits, struggling with his addiction to seeking out happy endings at massage parlors.
I got my friend a happy ending yesterday.
Yeah, I know you're king of those, huh?
You saw that?
No, I just know you're the king of those.
You
You're the king of those.
Used to be.
Yeah.
Being the self-proclaimed king of happy endings is wild behavior.
Used to be. He had never, so he wanted his cherry popped. He walks out and guess what he says? Guess
That
what he
was
says?
amazing.
He said, no. I look at him, I ask him something. He goes, who are you? He goes, I'm a new person.
It's ironic considering how much Fousey has talked about his addiction to massage parlors and pay-for-play ruining his life. He's admitted to blowing hundreds of thousands of dollars on it, yet here he is introducing someone close to him, someone he calls a friend, to the very addiction that destroyed him. It's like knowing meth wrecked your life, spending years trying to recover, and then casually offering some to a sober friend. And let's not forget his message to A&P Agent after their Twitter dispute.
Agent, you can't even reply to a DM over here talking about who's gonna take advice from Fousey. If you did from the beginning, I promise you wouldn't have to have titty reduction surgery now to cut that shit off, or however else you're gonna get it off.
Because, yeah, let's totally take advice from a guy who has cycled steroids multiple times, leading to hair loss and, by his own admission, premature erectile dysfunction. His brain is clearly in a very messed up state. Then there's the time when Agent completed a weight loss challenge, shedding 25 pounds in just 10 days, and celebrated the transformation live on stream.
You make it.
Props to him, losing weight isn't easy. Some comments even claimed he once weighed around 350 pounds, and whether that's accurate or not, it's great to see someone prioritizing their health. But Fousey, he didn't see it that way. Instead of appreciating the effort, he fixated on aesthetics, nitpicking that it didn't align with his idea of what a transformation should look like. And for what? Just to talk trash.
Talking about who would take advice from Fousey. Why? Just because you were smarter financially than me? Why? Just because you had a captain named Kai Cenat steering your ship?
Also, let's be real. Hasn't Agent been around at least 5 times longer than Kai? Kai may be the bigger name now, but Agent built his own legacy.
We ended up meeting Kai. Phantom recommended he come down for a shoot. He did. Kai wasn't even supposed to be in the video. He was just there to watch. And so like he was shy, on his computer a little bit. He was on the bench. Every time the camera whipped to him, energy was amazing. Like he dead ass was transforming the video. And so like that's special. We could spot good content. At that point, we've all been doing it for a while. And he was amazing.
And all you have to do is hide in his coattails and be his best friend? Or is it because I've gone to rehab? Oh, because I was imperfect in the past? Don't basically stop talking shit about a person like actually who they are. Talk about my music, fine. But don't sit there and say, who the f***'s gonna take advice from FouseyTube and laugh about it. A lot of motherfuckers.
Fousey's insecurities are showing. The truth is, he had a shot at being one of YouTube's greatest success stories. He could have been sitting on a fortune, but instead of capitalizing on his early influence, he sabotaged himself. He was the first major Muslim influencer, and he completely blew it. Fousey had a massive audience that truly supported him. Even now, that space remains largely untapped, and he could have been the face of it, but instead, he sabotaged himself repeatedly. It's no surprise he's bitter watching others succeed where he failed. His downfall wasn't bad luck, it was entirely self-inflicted. He crashed and burned so many times yet refuses to learn. Instead of making smart financial moves, he keeps wasting money on ridiculous material possessions. Case in point, his so-called new Lamborghini.
You ready?
Fucking go, dog. Sipping on Lee Walk Hot.
The guy was hyping it up like he pulled off a major flex, except wasn't it just leased?
Hundreds on hundreds, I'm stacking my money up. Dirty soda and love with the double cup, left just frozen, same as the other one.
Meanwhile, the same man was publicly begging for help after his card got declined over a $4 coffee.
I'm a millionaire. I'm asking to be spared $4. It's okay, thank you. You guys are all broke as f.
And now, as his numbers tank, he's scrambling for relevance. He's trying to manufacture drama, like his recent attempts to start beef with Agent. The desperation is getting embarrassing. He's even resorting to clout-chasing Neon just to stay in the conversation.
Somebody said Fousey talks about Neon's view bots, but Neon shows same viewers, but his chat is moving 10 times as fast. I guarantee you, and I'm gonna prove it right now. I'm gonna pull up Neon's chat, right?
Emotes.
I guarantee you 99% of it are emotes. Why? It's called a chat bot. Watch.
It's honestly sad to watch. So now, he's just taking shots at Neon for no reason. He even went as far as making an entire song about how he wants to sleep with Neon's girlfriend and calling him a peon. But honestly, lately, Neon has actually been racking up some W's. His girlfriend reportedly quit her OF page. He's toned down his tough guy act, no longer hiding behind security. And to his credit, he seems to be making a real effort to chill out, which is refreshing. I'd even put him above guys like Johnny Somali and Jack Dougherty on my least favorite streamers list. And now, just a week later, Fousey already trying to collab with Neon, who clearly wants no part of it.
Because I just saw his face in that clip and it reminded me I used to hang out with the kid I'm talking about. I am willing to have a therapy session with Neon. Me, Susie, and him. And I can talk about all my hate to him to his face. And
This is funny, cause Neon wouldn't even return his calls.
I don't normally do this because I'm a type like I hold my dick and I walk away.
But that's classic Fousey. He never stands by anything he says and refuses to take accountability when he backtracks. It's just more of the same. He keeps blaming everything on Fousey like it's some separate entity, but let's be real, it's all the same person. He acts like it's some split personality thing, but it's just an excuse. And honestly, he better be careful because apparently Neon's got shooters out here.
Who's hating on you, dog? I was looking at your stream, Fousey. What's up with this guy, dog?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Fousey, homie, check this out. I don't really know you. You come to LA, you disrespect the homie Chongo. You disrespect the little homie Chongo. You got a problem with me and all my boys, homie.
Damn.
That said, Neon's been doing surprisingly well. He was the one who first broke that new Jello Ball single, and even LeVar Ball joked that Neon was the Indian son he never had.
I'm happy to say he's officially my fourth son, the first Indian in the family.
But now, let's get to the real highlight, Fousey's live performances. And keep in mind, this was a free show on his own birthday, so you'd think the energy would be high.
You thought I wouldn't pack out the Roxy? Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Pick one. It has to be one. It might be both. It might be all three. The third just went over your head. Welcome to G7 to death of Fousey, motherfuckers. Let's get it.
Live my life like scripted television, but I wrote it. Speaking different tongues with all my bitches. I'm the poet, baby girl.
Let's just say the music wasn't so great, to put it mildly. This man is 40 years old, and yet every time he touches a stage, he somehow manages to slip in some weird over-the-top comment.
Shout out, Mark. You're so big and buff and tall and single? Oh, my bad, you married? God bless. Not for me, by the way. Oh.
I felt ugly. I felt gay. I felt that like that.
Some things you just can't outrun.
You guys are gonna be super proud of me because it's currently 1 p.m., but I've been awake since 6 a.m.
Why did I talk so gay? Like, I was zesty as fuck. I now understand why literally, and that first of all, that's a caricature of me. That's not me. That's when I'm still playing Fousey. That's when YouTube was PG and like you still had to be zesty. But still, that was profoundly zesty.
It's kind of nuts how he created this alternate persona and blames all his misfortunes on him. Like, it wasn't my fault. He was the one doing those things, not me. That's just wild. He needs to take some accountability. This next clip has to be the cringiest one so far.
Play the intro, fuck. They're gonna get turned though. Hello!
We can fuck with neons, we can fuck with neons. G7 shit, go electric like I'm Elon. If I say smoke, that's some shit we can't agree on. When I was a kid, I was whipping that Mercedes. I'm a fucking legend, don't you ever try to play me, yo.
At this point, 90% of that crowd is probably just thinking, how do we get out of here? Here's an alternative angle. The few fans that he has left, he treats them like garbage. A fan from Dubai approached Fousey for a picture, only to be met with an interrogation instead.
Question for you. No. In America, I asked somebody this and it was a very big problem. Why do you want picture before like, hello, how are you? Can I ask you for advice? Why picture?
You think I win?
You didn't take a memory though. You didn't have a memory. You didn't have a real. No, I'm not taking on him. You just asked.
Walk around.
You didn't have a real memory. A memory is this. Right now, me and you are having a conversation. You will always remember. Fousey asked me why I wanted a picture. The picture, you didn't meet me. You stood next.
The guy just wanted a quick photo, but Fousey kept questioning him.
You didn't even say hi. We just smile. You go home, post on Instagram. I'm at FouseyTube. You didn't.
He'd have a bit of a nice moment with him later on.
I'm just saying, you know. In America, I said that.
It's crazy.
21 million views. People call me the worst names. They say,
should I quit? I say I'm joking.
Then, after the interaction, he immediately turned around and trashed the fan, who, by the way, is probably one of the few loyal supporters he has left.
It was so rude, you're in their country. And what, This is my face, my privacy. Where's that? It was so rude that he walked up while he's on stream working to ask for a picture, dickheads. Dumb motherfuckers. Oh, that's rude, you're in their country. And what? It's my personal space, I'm working. Would I walk up to somebody while they're having dinner with their wife, having a big conversation? Hey, dickhead, can I get a picture? No.
I'm good.
Pussy, you if your feelings are hurt. I care about you.
It's really not that deep. It's just a picture. And for a lot of fans, even approaching a celebrity can be nerve-wracking. Why make it harder? Instead of wasting energy over analyzing the situation, he could have just taken the photo and moved on. Even Kai Cenat clowned him for this.
Can I take a picture with you? Let's go! My brother, wait, hold on, my brother. What's good? What is a picture gonna do for you, bro? What is a picture gonna do for you? I don't know, it's gonna be... Nah, I'm joking. That nigga Fousey hate pictures, bro.
And honestly, he had a point. When someone meets you for the first time, that moment sticks. Who knows how much this fan has supported him? Maybe he's bought merch, watched every stream, defended him online. You never know. That's why it's always better to treat people with respect. But Fousey, as usual, just can't get out of his own way. And now the smoke is finally clearing. Reality is hitting. His album, a complete flop. The music career he swore would take off, dead on arrival. After months of delusion, even Fousey is starting to realize the truth. This isn't going to happen. At this point, his entire online career is practically over.
I'll be honest. We just gotta figure out what's next. Because...
But here's where the delusion reaches an all-time high.
There's this guy, right? His name is Fousey. He invested over $1 million into an album thinking he was going to become a big rap star and he was going to tour the album and it was going to do this and do that and bring in a lot of money. He finessed me. It didn't happen.
Or rather, where the complete lack of accountability kicks in. This is exactly what he does every time. Every meltdown, every public disaster, he comes back with, "When I come to my senses and realize what Fousey did," as if his alter ego is a completely separate person. It's the same tired excuse, the same deflection, over and over again. And let's be real, there's no way he actually invested $1 million into this album.
So now we just gotta figure out what's next. The money's gone, can't look back. The album's out, I'm happy for it. But now we just gotta figure out what's next together.
Then as the flop became undeniable, his mood shifted. He started having darker thoughts, even saying he wanted to delete the entire album.
I think I'm gonna delete my album. Because there's things about the album creation that just weren't good energy anyways, and I don't want to take this album out. I can't.
You can see the realization sinking in, but don't worry, he'll be back in full delusion mode soon enough.
Y'all can say what you want. I can't. I'd rather come out with another album. I already talked about being almost done with the second album. Fuck that. I'll go back in right now. Book me anywhere, we'll go, and I'll create a real first album.
He was running around hyping up his music video like it was some revolutionary masterpiece of artistic expression. All because he had 3 outfit changes. Even his therapist got dragged into this mess. He called her to rant about how much he resents this album now.
This doesn't even represent me. Like, why did I make a product that was totally the cliche as to what products are? Granted, even when I do cliche, I still made it creative. It's a very creative video. You'll see there's like 6 outfit changes in a span of 3 seconds. It is creative.
And honestly, she's just cashing in on his breakdown. I skimmed part of his documentary about his first concert, and from what I saw, she's enabling a lot of his behavior. When your therapist is just another yes man, that's a dangerous place to be. Fousey even admitted that he has less than $2,000 left in his bank account.
Under 20K, under 5, my brother. If you want me to be dead ass honest, under 2. But I ain't mad. I ain't mad.
Now we really know why he was so pressed about A&P agents' finances. Because that guy is thriving while Fousey, who's been around way longer, is barely scraping by. And even after claiming he regrets everything, calling his own album The Devil's Music, he's still listening to it on stream.
Keep on laughing at my song, I'ma put this all in. They don't mind views, boss, just try to get a win. Hey, babe, tell the world you get injections in your chin.
At this point, what's left? Sure, he can keep streaming and pulling stunts, and a handful of people will still watch. But his career, it's done. Even other controversial streamers like Neon want nothing to do with him. When even they see you as a liability, when store owners won't acknowledge you, when your album flops this hard, at what point do you realize you are the common denominator? Honestly, at this stage, he's just a lost cause. But what do you think? Are you bumping Fousey's tracks in your car? Will you be catching him live at Outback Steakhouse? Either way, thanks for watching. Drop a like and subscribe.